Alright, hello everyone. This is a small showcase of my current Patriot launch system here. So this is an up-to-date turret using most of the stuff that I've learnt from working on this little project here. Main changes are I've just optimized the piston positioning here, so it's a fair bit less janky. And I now have the sequential launch system in place for the actual missiles. Additionally, I've also switched the missiles over from I think these are the SAM AM 12 Comets to the Riptide 2s, which are more optimized anti-missile missiles instead of being like a longer range I guess, fighter missile. Anyway, these ones are a fair bit more maneuverable. They can reach top speed much more quickly, and they do away with these little like connector merge block things, so they're a lot less resource intensive as well. They've got a smaller warhead, but they seem to hit their target more effectively. Anyway, back to the launch vehicle now. These are just using my AI slaved custom turrets, I guess, using the long range AI tracking. So these are set to AI offensive. Got them hidden. Um, I think these are just like very much like just a general targeting thing. They're not picking anything up at the moment. I've got a fighter over there that I'll switch to Space Pirates just to show you the actual launch of one of these missiles. But both these hinges here are connected to event controllers, which in turn control pistons. So when the flight blocks point up, they raise the piston. When the flight blocks point down, they lower the piston. When they point left, when it like points to the left, it moves the turret around to the left. When it points to the right, it moves the turret around to the right. You'll see what I mean when I change this little fighter here. I actually have an event controller in there that I want to remove quickly, just in case I get like a point blank launch of a missile, which I do not want. That one there, perfect. Anyway, what we'll do is we will just shift one of these gyroscopes over. I had a game crash last time I did that, which I don't really want to happen this time, so please don't crash. No crash, no crash. Yes. So any second now, this launch vehicle should pick up that target. You can see the AI blocks are doing their thing. And now we are being tracked. So this will track enemy targets up to a distance of 2.5 kilometers in both axes. Technically all three axes. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll just get a little bit of distance from this vehicle. I do have some slight issues with the elevation and launch. What are you doing, buddy? There you go. Like the elevation and launch of the missiles. So I'm just going to get a little bit higher. And that just comes down to the fact that if the missiles are pointing too low to the ground, they don't have the time to kick on like I guess the vertical boosters. So they just end up crashing into the ground. Anyway, we've flown our little test target out there. So I will fire off some missiles towards it. So I don't really have a control panel there. Anyway, we'll go here, and we're just going to fire one. So this is just using, stop spasm, dude. This is just using the sequential firing system that I think I did a video on. So you just trigger the same thing over and over, and it'll just fire a missile each time. I'll need to update the hinge to fix that problem there. But anyway, what that basically means is you can just fire one missile, and whatever fire control system you have, you can just repeatedly fire the same thing over and over again. Anyway, we'll fire one off. There it goes. It'll begin tracking. There it goes. You can see it burns off the last stage of the booster there. And now it's tracking out towards that target. It goes, tears back in. Any second now. Really? Oh, there we go. It does a fair bit of damage, actually. That's a fairly large fighter, and it's just knocked it straight out of the air. So we'll go have a look. I think it goes for the engines most of the time. It doesn't really go for like the cockpit of the power. Yeah, it's just torn a massive hole in it. Anyway, yes, that's a progress update on my surface-to-air missiles.